Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of my series on the DeathCraft server. My name is Brink. Getting a little bit of lag here, let's just wait for it. Gotta turn this off. And I want to announce with the shutting this off that I'm sorry to say this will be my last episode. And this is the reason. As you can see, I'm alone. The guys have, in large part, have ended playing on the server. I don't know that everyone has, but I haven't seen a whole lot of action lately. So, I don't like to be here alone. It's kind of boring, and it was so much fun in the beginning when everybody was always on and we'd be building together. So I just wanted to show you some of the things that I did that perhaps you haven't seen or did not know. Some of these things I did build on camera with you, but perhaps there's some people that have missed a couple of episodes here and there. So that's why I'd like to show you around the base now. I guess I'll just do it kind of briefly because the other guys have done, world tours and server tours of all the bases, including mine. They were generous enough to show mine to their viewers, and so what I'd like to do is possibly show you some of the things that you may not have seen. So let's get to it now. If we go over, let's see, so you haven't seen what I've been doing in the space station, and it was a pretty big build. I didn't get a chance to finish the whole thing, but I was really enjoying it. But again, I don't want to be on a server alone. I really want the interaction. Otherwise, I could just build a single player world. I was starting a spaceship here. And as you can see, this is the cockpit area, the head of it. It's not exactly a circle. It's more like an oval with two foci. The foci were placed with builder guides so that I could align it perfectly and mathematically. If we can make our way in there, don't have an entry point yet. I was just going to spawn inside, set a spawn point inside. But this is where all the controls would be. Oops. Yeah, like I said, there's a little bit of lag going on at the moment. So let's just break this open again. Let's see if we can stay inside this time. Nope. I guess not. Alright, this should be it because I didn't have to break it again. So let's see if we can make our way inside. Now this is where all the controls would be. The layouts. Machines up here, just a rudimentary machines, not the whole jazz, just a few of the necessary items like the crafting areas, and then all of the real heavy duty machines like the DSUs and the pulverizers, macerators, everything that processes, the processing machines would be down here. And all the cabling and stuff would be on this lower level under this floor. But as we work toward the body, this is the neck of the spacecraft. Here's where the body starts. As you can see, if we enter here, the walls appear. And you can see that the builder's guide has measured a perfect circle for me with walls. And that's where I was going to place the walls. These were guides. I was just going to take a Saturday to build these walls. And the floor level is this one right here. So it would be seamless with the neck and the cockpit area. All of this would reach out all throughout, including the two thrusters that would be on either side. And that's not even, I didn't even commence that part of it. But yeah, huge thrusters there and there. So yeah, this is the floor level. And this is the catwalk area where the wiring would go and continue from the cockpit area. Any wiring that needs to be gotten power from would be from the cockpit area. Actually, the thrusters are what give the engine power, or the whole base power. Again, with a lot of magmatics running, and we have an infinite lava world where I would get the lava from for the power. It's a shame I couldn't finish this, but let me just give you a tour as you look at the map on the right, the upper right. The inner circle would be a closed off area where the entertainment area would be, and the holodeck and all of that. Basically a similitude or a copy of the Enterprise, NC-1701D, I believe. So yeah, we're gonna have to stop at this point and not continue. But my plan was to make this very grand and beautiful with some crystal quartz glass here. A grand entrance here, as you can see, with lights above. And these were just basic blocks. I was going to change the blocks to a different type of material, shiny black material, with a wand of equal trade or some other method of changing the blocks. But let's head back, and I think this is the end. Well, let me just cover this up, and then we'll head back. Okay. Now, the world is available for download. Some of the guys have placed links in their channel. I think Blizzard also made his last episode. No, actually he didn't. He's doing some railcraft, which is very interesting. I recommend you check that out. But XB has provided a link to a world download, so you'll be able to access these chests. There's not much in there anyway, but just some extra emergency items just in case I needed it and something happened to my ME for some reason. I also had a lot of nether quartz, but I ran out of them, so I had to put down another quarry. I was going to plant some silver woods all around. I had a lot of plans, actually. What else did I want to show you? When the other people have done server tours for my base, they pointed to the power here, and I just need to explain something. At one point, I had these shut off so that the water wouldn't run, and that was purposely done. This does work perfectly, and I do appreciate one of my viewers for suggesting the idea. I like taking suggestions. There are, I believe it's almost 200, about 180 or 190 maybe of these dynamos, and they provide near 20,000 RF, which is the capacity of this conduit here. 20,000. It's near 20,000, not exactly, but yeah, that's a kind of sad moment for me, actually, because I love my base. It took a lot of effort. It was a lot of fun building it, and just going as deep and far as I could with my desire for the design. You know, if I were to start all over, I would build something a little bit more grander, and I plan to when we go on to the next server update, another seed, when we get ready to start another one. Let's see, where are we going now? Yeah, we have toward this way. If you remember in season 1, the mod pack we used was Unleashed, and Monster is a sort of continuation of it, not exactly, but sort of. And in my base there, which was an observatory, a laboratory, I had started building something. It was a big open quarry next to the base, and it was done purposely to build something inside of it. And I had started to reproduce it here. And I was going to build it. I didn't want to reveal it until I got it started. And so I tried it here also. And again, we got interrupted with the close of the server again. No one's really forcing the close of the server. We can still play. It's just my personal preference. I'd rather not continue to play and do massive big builds if nobody's going to be here to enjoy it with. So this is where I was going to start it. And yeah, I'd sort of have to be at least halfway before I can even start explaining it. But I guess we'll do it in Season 3, if there is one, and I hope there is. I enjoy the company of these guys. They are great guys. I have no beef with any of them. I enjoy them all. They are a good bunch of guys. But yeah, we're just about due to close because I just don't want to continue if no one's going to be here. Now, I was able to make this work. I found out how to do it. The UV producer and consumer don't actually work too well for some reason. It may be a config problem because I know some people on their server were able to make it work, but I wasn't able to do it here. So what I did was connect a EV producer, and that charges up the MFSUs. And yeah, you got to reset it because sometimes the server gets backed up. This is where my power comes from. The tree farm that produces all the coal that goes into those magmatics. And the Nether. Now you've seen the Nether, but it's quick enough for me to just briefly pop in and out. We spawn right into the central part of the safe area. And as you can see, it does the job of keeping us safe here. It's not spawnable ground at all for ghasts. Because mobs can't spawn on the glass. So nothing large like spiders can spawn here. Only zombie pigmen, maybe. I haven't seen one spawn here. But as you can see, bats also. And if we head down, this is where we can go out into the Nether. This is an open area. And we can go up also. A little bit of lag here. But I went double space up to go on top of the Nether. I used a bedrock breaker to break through the bedrock and placed elevators on the other side of the portal. Now if I want to head back home, all I got to do is just go into the portal. And again, you shouldn't be able to go through it like I did. It's just that, again, there's a little bit of lag. Now if we head down, all of my portals are on the same floor, by the way. And go to spawn. It's this one. And we'll see that DPG took his book out because essentially he had an explosion with his nuclear reactor. So there's just a crater there. It's not even worth checking it out. The space age goes into a central area where you can access a lot of things like the mini games arena. This is my base, XB's, Schnicks's base, Penguin, Matdu, Krista, Rage, and Infinite Lava. That's the age where we get our lava from for power. And the end, which I don't think I've gone to the end yet. I wouldn't even know where to go if I went there, but I do know there's 2 mob farms there where we get our ender crystals from. Yeah, actually I did. I AFK'd there a couple of times in the beginning. Let's go to Krista's place. Now this is something commemorative for one of our members that I built because that member has a little bit of a conflict with the computer and the server. Hopefully it can be resolved by the next server update. Maybe it requires less RAM usage or memory or whatever the problem is. But just a little house in commemoration for one of our members, which all of us are pretty faithful to each other as members. We got each other's back, and so I figured this is a sort of you know, being with us, with the fellow members. I think you understand what I mean. It's just a commemorative house so that if she were here, she would have a place to stay, you know. Now, this has 2 levels, but I didn't know if she ever got the ability to log in with a different computer, if she'd want to add a 2nd level. But this is like a starter base, just a safe haven to be able to go anywhere she wants from here. There's a spawn book there where you can head back. But I chose this place because of the view. It has a really elegant, regal view, sort of like a climb of a hill. And I used crystals on the outside because of the name Krista, which I don't know if that's where it relates from, if that's why the name was chosen. But yeah, I originally had blocks here, but then I decided let's change it to crystal, since that's the name of the person. And then just a standard roof. Pretty simple build. You just frame it out so that you have the space for windows. And I didn't know if they wanted windows or not, so I left it available there. And then knock out one of those walls for a doorway. And it's centered here. And yeah, so that's it. I gotta get rid of this. This doesn't go here. It goes like that. Yep. So there it is. Let's head back to spawn, and there we are. So that's about it. Now, I don't think I've ever really given a view of spawn. Well, not a whole lot. I think I've overpassed it a little bit. But Schnicks, again, I gotta say, he's done a phenomenal job with spawn. It was really coming along, but I haven't seen him in a while. And I know he has different hours than I do. So it's possible he's still working, but I just haven't caught up with him. This was going to be a ship of some kind, a floating ship. And it's a great idea. The end portal is somewhere around here. There it is. That's how I accessed it the last time. Yeah, so that is our base, our home base. And the original spawn point was that way. There's a slime farm, little shop area, and some walruses. 15 walruses that we have here. And a little table here. Now, I did go into Schnicks's little base here that he has, a secondary base. And it does look great. I left something on his computer. I don't know if he ever saw it or if it got erased or anything. Yeah, so that's the promised land there. And that's about it that I plan to show for the server. Now, it's been a great season. I'm sure you'll agree. We had a lot of fun. But yeah, the place is empty, so you know, it's a disappointment because I really enjoyed playing with the guys, but some people just stopped playing. And so we're all waiting for the next mod pack or version. I don't know that everyone has quit for this season. So some of the other guys may be still playing on the server, but I'm just going to stop myself. So if you want to continue watching DeathCraft server, you can subscribe to them and continue watching videos produced out of this this server. But I guess I'll call it quits here. And well, let's get a last view of our place. as we sign off. And we'll head out this way. One of my favorite views is from this place. And there is our base. And farewell, base. It was good knowing you, and hope to see you in the next one. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you next time.